Good morning, good evening, good afternoon everybody. RT Lusso here. Welcome to the channel Rapido T Lusso Guitar, where I attempt to talk about and play guitars. A little bit rusty, getting on a bit in years. But today we're revisiting the G5420T double platinum 140th anniversary Gretsch Electromatic, crafted in China. I've done a couple of full reviews with all the specs on this. I will try and remember to put the links in the description. So do remember to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, because these videos are very rare, meaning that I don't do them as often as I'd like. So you may well miss them. And so yeah, the reason we're back with this guitar is I had one issue with it, and it was the nut, Graphtec Nu-Bone nut. It was grabbing in there, it was too tight. So using the Bigsby, it was going sharp. If you bent chords, it would go sharp. If you bent a note, it would go sharp. And I had an interesting question, comment. How do you know, on the channel, on one of the other reviews, how do you know it's the nut and not the bridge or the vibrato, which is a Bigsby? And there's a lot of mythology about Bigsby's. People say things like, oh, you only have to breathe on them and they'll go out of tune. And that's, in my experience, I've been playing guitars with Bigsby's on for 40 plus years. And, you know, once you've got them set up properly, that, yeah, every guitar will go out of tune. They're not going to stay banging tune forever. But when they're set up right, they're great, and they're an integral part of my style of playing. You know, and yeah, so let's discuss some of the issues that you probably will have at some point. If you restring the guitar badly, too many windings on there, when you use the Bigsby, they'll start to stretch and the guitar will go flat, or it could even go sharp. And friction is the enemy. I prefer these rocking bar bridges because they rock. They tend not to snag. They may do that in the Tune-O-Matics, but eventually even the Tune-O-Matics will wear and bed in, and the tuning should be stable, but it's usually friction, the enemy, quite often the nut. Poorly strung guitar will also do that. If you look, I don't know whether you can see, I don't have probably a couple of windings, if that, and I lock the strings off, and I'll just remove this now because it seems to be quite stable. And these strings I put on about an hour ago. I gave them a bit of playing before shooting this. So that's a tip. And as you're tuning the guitar up, I always stretch them out on the 9th fret. It's something I learned from Danny Gatton. He would recommend never backing off the tuners. He'd recommend stretching it on the 9th fret until they go flat. Sometimes if they're really snagged up in there, that's not going to happen. You're going to have to sort of bend them behind the nut, wind it down, but stretch them again as you're going in. So that's that. Now, if you're thinking of getting one of these guitars, if you're new to this channel, don't hesitate. I'll give you a little bit of the specs. It's a laminated maple body. The construction, trestle braced, which means it's like both the back and the top are braced together with two pieces of wood on feet, which marry the two surfaces and stop that resonance that can cause the feedback, and also really gives a lot of sustain. I'll turn the volume down. Still going. Fantastic guitars, beautifully made, can't fault it in any way. This is the fourth one I've had. I had a walnut one which I sold to somebody who's subscribed to my channel. It's easy for me to say, and he was reluctant to buy one online because of the pitfalls of getting a bad guitar, but they're very consistent, and I think the quality control from Fender and Gretsch is second to none. In the UK I've used Bax, that's who I bought this one from, and the first one I got was the orange stain, and then I found out they'd made this guitar and I thought, oh, man, I really want that 140th anniversary, double platinum anniversary by the way. And I got in touch and they said, yeah, if you've not damaged it, send it back. And I paid the extra because these are a little bit more money. And it's worth checking out B-stock ones, because when I'd sold the walnut one, I missed it because I love that guitar, I love the look of it. So I've bought a B-stock. What is B-stock, you may ask? It doesn't mean it's a factory second. It's been sent back by somebody who either didn't like it, found it wasn't for them, or they had an issue with the tuning, which is easily sorted. So yeah, have faith, take that risk. It's always great to go into a shop and try a few out, but you know, if you can't, I'd just buy one online. You can always send it back if there's a problem. Video so far. I hope you enjoyed it. What I really love about these FT5E pickups is the R&D that has gone into it, and Gretsch and Fender addressing people's issues with the old blacktop pickups. I had a Fairlane Blue G5420, and yeah, the pickups, they're okay, they sound Gretsch-like, but they're ever so slightly disappointing. So upgrading to the TV Classics, which is everybody's go-to, put classics in it, it'll be fine. It's not always the case, not anymore anyway. I certainly won't be putting any of those pickups in this guitar. I'm not blacklisting them, they're great pickups. I've got a Brian Setzer signature, I don't know whether you can see the Tri-5 G510 down there, and this morning I was playing that and I played this, and controversial I know, but to my ear these sound better. apologies for that. I'll be doing a little video where you can decide for yourself. I'll be playing the two guitars side by side. And that pickup was originally in the Black Phoenix, and I took it out because I found it to not be as twangy as the TV classics, not for my ear anyway. I'm at very low volume in here, just got this mic, just miking up the room, so you may well hear the pick hitting the pole pieces because it's all front mic'd. There's no close mics on the amps because I like the sound of the room. And yeah, I think that's about it. I'm really excited to be playing this guitar. It was getting a bit frustrating with the tuning issues, and also here because the temperature changes so much in this apartment that, you know, guitars can go out of tune just because it's cold and it's warm. You know, you've got to watch out for that, especially with a new guitar. You don't want to be leaving it in a sunny room. You want to put it in the shade of another room or back in its case out of the sun whilst the woods sort of settle in, because you don't want it drying out. So this has an Indian Laurel fingerboard, which is absolutely fine, 22 frets, incredible colour. The Pro Series is a reverse of this. It's the ice blue on the top, and if I went into a store with the money to buy a Pro Series, I would have come away with this because I prefer the look of it. And having a Black Phoenix, which is a Pro Series, great guitar, plays great. There's not a lot in it really. These are just as good and perfectly recordable, giggable, and you can rely on them. Once you've got it set up, they're good. And you know, you might want to finesse the pickups a little bit. Sometimes they'll come too low with the pole pieces screwed right the way in. So have a mess with those until you find that sweet spot. So that's all for me. Today I'll be back unboxing the G5420 in walnut and see what a B stock is like. And next, when it arrives, I'm hoping it's going to arrive tomorrow. Next week I'll be doing a review and an unboxing of the Vox Super Mini Beetle, which I'm really excited about. For the tremolo, it's got this new tube technology which fascinates me, and some of the reviews and some of the sounds I've been hearing from that amp, it's going to be a giggable thing. And I've got a Vox 2x12 cab, so I could use it with that and not have to haul the Selma around, which has got a lot of iron in it. I mean, that thing seriously weighs a lot, and that's in the mix today. I've got a Champ 600 you're hearing back there, and a Fender Tone Master Deluxe Reverb. I used to have a 74 Fender Twin, but reluctantly sold it, but I'm really happy with that sound. So thanks for watching. Be subscribed. Look forward to seeing you next time. Take care, stay cool. I'll talk to you soon.